But no, Beth, York goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.
Hey everyone, welcome to CVRcade World Cup. I am Beth York, and we are in Zone T of CVRcade racing in what I would call this sort of little softer side of CVRcade, where we're doing more of a group ride race, a little social call here in the week after our World Cup grand finale. Everyone just sort of getting back in the game, practicing different things. We've got a track builder competition going on. So we've got people that are on keyboards tonight. We've got people that are on bikes tonight. We've got 3 minutes to go before the first race. We are starting, you can see here, on Dark Matter Tech. We have a couple abilities out on course. We have Razor's Edge ability, which means you will cut through the air and get some acceleration that you might not expect. We have a weightlifted ability, so you have a little bit more, you are 30 kilograms lower than your normal weight there, and the corner caper and wind at your back as power-ups. So in the racing tonight, we've got our friend Homer from Team CCC. Hey, Homer.
Hello, Beth.
You ready for some more fun racing? I did see that you raced earlier today.
I am. Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, how are the legs feeling after the tournament and then still just playing around? You do a lot of cycling, so I have a feeling they might be okay.
Well, you know, these the races we've done, or the rides we've done for the last couple, or for the last week, have been more technical than leg crunchers. So really, my legs aren't too bad.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you racing tonight. I know that we have a couple of people also in here on keyboard practicing with these abilities. They're breaking, and I think we've got Timothy Termont, who also was in earlier in playing physical. But tonight, Timothy, you're on keyboard. Welcome.
Ooh, hello. Yeah, hello. I was up and I was like, yeah, let's just join the fun. So it's nice to get some extra practice in on keyboard. We'll see. Me and Kayla are on keyboards here. And Daniel, Luis, Anish, Homer on physical. Maybe we can make it kind of a race, physical versus keyboards. You know, if Kayla's down.
Kayla, are you down with that, Kayla? A little bit of race, physical riders against the keyboard riders?
Heck yeah, we got Timothy and I are a pretty good duo then on the keyboard, so they better watch out. It'll be good tonight, yeah, but it's always fun on the keyboard.
All right.
So I'm pumped.
Well, there's a lot of learning to be had here. Let's hear from Louise. Louise, are you in stream tonight? How do you feel about these contenders of yours while you're pedaling away, playing on keyboards? I actually think you have the advantage.
Well, let's do it. Bring it. I think
let's do it.
And I can take on. You know, Daniel's also here, so make it fun.
All right. Well, I am looking forward to it. I'm going to join in on keyboard as well, if I can comment and do keyboard, which is going to be funny. We'll see how that goes. They're gearing up. 3, 2, 1. Out of the gate they go. And again, Razor's Edge ability. And with Razor's Edge ability, you do cut through the air a little bit quicker. So you do have to mind your corner speed. And Dark Matter Tech gets a little bit slippery. And if you're not too careful and get up to speed, you can see Kayla started out the front. Anish, I'm actually surprised surprisingly there. I am on keyboard, but Kayla there looking focused. Ooh, look. Oh, geez. Kayla is even. Oh, did you? Oh, just a little bit down
I
there.
feel
Oh,
It all
this is
happened
funny.
so
I don't know.
fast.
It does happen so fast. You do catch up to speed here. I'm not even pedaling. Are you feeling it, Luis? Are you feeling it in your legs, that sort of cutting through the air, watching the speed? Earlier zones, they were like, you have to just worry about slowing down.
Oh crap! Yeah, I mean, I just crashed, but yeah, like this is like I'm doing like 137 equalized watts, and I'm going like 40 miles, 48 kph. I was like, this is awesome.
If we could always have it. And then the interesting thing is having the wind at your back as a power up too. So I'm trying to think, like, where would you use that wind at your back power up?
I don't know. I mean, I have to defer to Timothy for that because I'm not very good with wind at your back, especially on tracks like this. I can never get it right, and I'm prone to crashing, so I'm a little hesitant to even try to use it. I think I'm just gonna stick to my 150 equalized watts and try just not to crash again.
Well, that's interesting. Picking a particular wattage. Timothy, what's your philosophy here when you're testing these different abilities out on track? Do you pick a wattage and see how much speed you gain? What's your approach here when you're playing with the keyboard?
I'm just doing 367 here, so I just got a break in time. I pretty much have to brake for every corner, but as soon as you get the oh god, I'm down here. No, we're good.
As you say that, I'm making my avatar go 367 just because I'm like, okay, so that's how you do it. You don't go like 150.
No. You just got a break in time for the corners. Yeah, it's really fun here. It's a lot harder, I think, on keyboard than physical, to be honest, because you can't slow down like pedaling because you're stuck at 367. So you got to brake a lot more. So yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, and does the dynamic kind of, I mean, like when you're driving a car and you had someone else's car, and it's sort of like, oh, it handles differently. Do you find your brake markers, like I know in Decibel Crit, like before the finish line, I'm like thinking about that boulder on the left-hand side. Do you pick markers when you're on keyboard of like when to start the brake, or do you just go by feel?
Yeah, just by feel. Like I don't really do it physical either. So I just pretty much do it on feel now and then. So yeah, you can always brake hard enough, and then you can like kind of accelerate again. So it's just on feel for me.
Gotcha. I feel like I'm pushing down my brake button harder, like it's like a brake pedal.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Weird?
You think you brake faster if you push harder. Yep. I know what you mean.
And so I'm like, wait a minute here. It's like pushing the button on an elevator more times makes it come. How are you doing, Homer? You're like right there. You're really showing everyone how it's done here. I don't want to curse you, but I haven't seen one crash yet.
Well, this is my third ride today, so on this track. So maybe I'm learning something. I'm not sure.
Well, you did say that these are getting more technical. How much do you notice that the abilities make a difference on these, these tracks? Because you get it down and then you add this. Is it significant? Do you feel?
Oh, it's totally new gameplay. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I am still sort of figuring it out, and I always underestimate any of that, and it almost feels like wind's at your back, even though it's not with the razor ability. It's interesting. But Timothy's killing it in the front there. I'm trying to take a page out of his book. And do you find that once you find, like we talk a lot about like rhythm, do you find that you're in a rhythm even just with your braking, Timothy, or Homer? Do you feel like you're in like a rhythm with your slowing down? I crashed.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game. It absolutely is. I really didn't know what they were talking about when that was first brought up, but I understand it totally now. Yes, it is a rhythm game because once you crash, it's like you got to get back in that rhythm.
Well, and I definitely, it does sort of also break your concentration a little bit too. So let's check in with Luis here. Luis is making his way. Looks like he's right there with you, Homer. Luis, you two are ahead of Kayla. You're ahead of me. Timothy's out in the front. I don't think if he does have a crash, you could catch him. You've got a couple combination of power-ups. Yeah, Luis, what do you think here?
So I just realized we have corner caper here too. So I can pull a Quentin. I saw him this morning. I think it was zone A or L, I can't remember. But I saw that Nigel was at the front, and then Quentin on the last lap, he actually passed him using corner caper on the way out his back. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to pull that Quentin here because I'm doing pretty good actually. Once you get the rhythm, it's cool. Oh, and by the way, I just got the switch controls. These things are awesome.
Yep. Aren't they amazing? Do you have them hooked up right now?
Yeah, I just got them. Well, I think I got them a couple days ago, but I just picked them up from my mailbox, and I set them up, and I'm loving them. I think they're a keeper.
Yeah, Christmas came early at your household. That is awesome. I love mine too. It does look like there's a message there in chat if I'm getting a cold, and unfortunately the answer is yes, I am getting a little bit of a cold. And 'tis the season, right? I need some special tea, some echinacea and lemon tea. But I will be fine. I sound worse than I am. So with the do you notice that with those what we're talking about here is Luis just got his new handle bar mounted controllers to go left and right. So do you find it's just very intuitive to do that?
Yeah, I was just following the instructions because they come with instructions and everything. And I actually also got the mounts. So I just put them under there's a little clip. I mean, the mounts come with a little like clip thingy. So you just put them under your hoods and then they attach. And then this is my outdoor road bike. So it's pretty cool because then I can just flip them off and then, take this bike outside. So very, very handy. I'm very, very happy and excited to use these the next season.
And this is the first Omnium that you've had the opportunity to use them.
Yes, first one.
Yes. Now, I think it'll come in handy when you get on Dark Matter Velo later. Timothy, do you use? I feel like you're always on the keyboard. Do you like when you're riding your bike? Do you have the hood mounted buttons, or do you use the keyboard?
No, I'm just reaching for the keyboard every time. The thing with these mounts is, I think it takes quite a while to get used to. But once you're used to them, I'm pretty sure they're a lot better than the keyboard. But I think it's that switch from the two that's kind of, you just got to pull through for that. So yeah, I think they're a lot better than keyboard, but you just got to get used to them somewhat.
Gotcha. Well, it looks like Timothy Luis is making up some time, and he's got the corner caper and he's got wind at his back, or is he? I think that
maybe it's me letting him back.
Seconds. Oh, looking for a little sprint finish. I see.
Yeah, sprinting on the keyboard.
Yes, and it looks like Kayla might be closing in on Homer. Hey, Kayla.
Yes, I'm working in on closing in. I had a few crashes, but it's okay. Being a little risky out here. Ooh,
so I'm playing along with you guys while you're doing this, and I have to say that it does take a lot of concentration. I mean, and this is a race where there's no obstacles. And I just, once Timothy told me all I needed to do was just go 367. So basically I'm just going 367 and tapping the brakes all the way. As I'm talking to
That's
you.
what I do too. Yeah. That is exactly what I do. Then I just crashed, but it's like, I just try to risk it, just try to see how far I can really push it to, because then it's fun because we have the feature, the laps and segment board. So it's just kind of fun to see, your quickest time that you can get, physically or non-physically. So I always try to push it and see if I can get my beat lap time.
I do that on a lot of the tracks, and that's what ends up keeping me on longer than I had intended. Was I'm like, no, I can get a little bit faster. After I did that sudden lane change with Timothy, he gave us a lot of the tips on that. I went out and I did it, and I was trying to like follow the path he took, and I'd be like doing so well, and then like in the last like corner, I just overcook it, and I would crash out because I was like, I'm gonna take a whole second, and then I'd be like, boom, no, I'm not.
I know, right? It's like, oh, that's like a bad.
Your tips were invaluable, Timothy. Thank you for being so generous and sharing them with all of us.
No worries.
Yeah, it looks like we have Daniel in here too. I don't think he's on stream. I know he has internet. Welcome to the broadcast, Daniel. Nice to see you out here racing. If anyone's feeling like they want more, we've got Rise and Rip tomorrow, which it will absolutely not be a race tomorrow. We'll just be chilling, doing a little onboarding. And I'd like to say thanks to our chat, Vapor, Rub, and Lemon Water. That sounds delightful. Yes, and long winter's nap. Hey, so there was a theme earlier. Jesper was asking everybody, at least in L. I don't know if it happened in K or if anyone watched. Homer, were you also in the K broadcast earlier today?
Yes. Yeah.
So was the same question coming up about what you'd wear to a party? For if you were to go to a party, was that or was that just L?
It was, yes. Yes.
All right. I think we can make the rounds on that. Now you weren't on stream for L. Did you have can I give you the opportunity now to take the floor of how you would dress for your holiday costume party?
I don't, even though I've heard this question a couple of times today, I haven't thought it over. So no, I have no input.
No input. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to just say, because of the beard, we'll say Santa. I was trying to get Kayla, you to be, I think, Merida from the Disney Brave movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Christmas. It's just how I see you. But did you have any, that's right. Did you have any other ideas? Kayla's number one. Well, we finished. Timothy finished. Congratulations.
Oh.
While we're talking, Timothy just finished. We missed his grand finish. We missed Luis's grand finish. Man, I just blew that whole finish. Timothy, congratulations. I'll come back, Kayla. I want to give you that opportunity. It does look like Timothy. How's it feel, Timothy? Are you doing a victory lap now?
I'm already practicing the next one.
That's
going to be a lot tougher. Oh, this one's going to be a lot tougher to win on a keyboard. So definitely advantage to the physical riders here. But we'll see. They still have to not crash, so we'll see.
Well, nice. And thank you to Vic, who got that finish line there with your corner caper. Nicely played. So coming on to Submerged Stadium here, I actually find this course to be, even without these abilities, to be pretty tricky with the rocks on the side. And I used to think the sand. Luis, you've raced this before physically. How are you feeling about your knowledge of this newer course?
I feel okay. There's only a couple spots where you gotta be careful, and with obstacles on the road. But I think in terms of the ability that we have right now with, I guess, weightlifted and Razor's Edge, that first corner, or not first corner, but it's like fourth riding scratch there. That is the corner where we gotta watch out. I think the rest of the turns are pretty forgiving, so I think the physical, the people who are using their bikes have a chance on this one.
All right. Well, so we are again on Submerge Stadium here, and we do have physical and non-physical riders in the gate here. We do have a couple, the course is configured a little bit differently than how we normally race it. We have razor's edge ability and weight lifted ability and 1 corner caper. This is a high skill event and it's 2.5 times multiplier. So you can see the leaderboard at the bottom of the screen will be going in about 30 seconds. We started a little competition between the keyboard riders and the non-keyboard riders. It looks like the keyboard riders are currently taking first and second spot on the podium, but I'm sorry, Luis is taking second. So who will it be? Will it be the cyclists or will it be the keyboard players? So we're going to go in 10 seconds. After we get out of the gate, I'm going to talk to everybody and distract them and talk about Christmas, and then put in some, I have some holiday trivia here about what your favorite, holiday movie is. We can talk about, different songs, because a lot of the Christmas carols have some very weird second and third verses. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. Timothy goes down. No, does he not go down? He's nodding his head. You were fine. Oh, I went down. I went down. So Daniel's in the front. Vanessa's here in on keyboard. We've got Kayla, 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the front here. Daniel's taking it. I think Daniel does look like he is on a bike. You can tell they're in the. Sorry, Luis, I did not mean to block you. I just was changing lanes. Legit, not kidding.
Beth. Wow.
Right.
Oh.
I literally, I was looking at Daniel's aunt. Oh gosh. Oh, he's coming for me now. I'm going to hold my line, my friend. I'm going to hold my line, let you go right by. I'm going to come into your draft. Oh, Homer there looking strong here. Homer, how do you find this course? Do you enjoy the Submerged Stadium? I know we've done it in our Rise and Rip before.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it better without the abilities, but
there was a lot of crashing back in the bot patrol. You can see on the right hand side of the screen there, all of the different exclamation points are riders going down. Right now, Homer in the top spot. I'm going to let you focus. Anish has gone down. Timothy Termont up there in 4th, and Kayla right behind Timothy here. But the gaps there are just a few seconds, but Homer does have 10 seconds on Timothy. So this looks like it's shaping up to be maybe again taken by a physical rider. Timothy looks super focused. The bots are just flying on by, but well done. Oh, sorry, Timothy. I know I shouldn't even say your name. It's the commentator's curse. It's just.
Can you go for an interview to Homer?
I will go to an interview back to. Yeah. I think Kayla also. I think Kayla also. So back to you, Kayla. You are chasing down Homer, but you know what? I am not counting out any of these other riders. Anish is coming back on strong. It looks like he is also riding here. How do you maintain your focus while I'm talking to you? What is your secret? Is it easy? Because Frank was trying to mess you up on Tuesday.
Yeah, no, and it was, he persevered with that. It's hard, honestly. Even when you got the multitasking going on, you're just talking, and then I just feel like corners they just creep up on you so quickly, and then you think you're fine, and then you're braking, and then it's too late, and then at that point you're just boom down, and a crash can cost you a lot of time.
Well, it does remind me of when I learned how to snowboard, and I felt like when you learn to ski, your feet are like forward down the mountain, and you fall, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fall. You can feel yourself lose your balance, but when you are on a snowboard, when you catch the wrong edge, it's about not even a second. It's just like you just go whoop, slam, and that's how I feel about these crashes. You just get thrown off your bike. but no bruises, no, except for maybe an ego or so, a little bit of bruising.
Yeah.
Homer is still killing it out in front here. Timothy is
Oh my
on pursuit here. Now we do have a corner caper that is available here if Timothy wanted to maybe cook up that speed a little bit and try to close the gap. He's within 8 seconds. You can see on the right hand side, he's in with 8 seconds of Homer. We've got Daniel coming on, closing. Daniel does go down just a little bit too much with the razor's edge. It's interesting how the subtleties between razor's edge and wind at your back. I mean, it does make you accelerate, except you'll never have a crosswind and you don't have don't you think, Timothy, don't you feel like razor's edge does sort of give you that wind at your back at sometimes vibe, but it's different?
Yeah. The thing with that, with Razor's Edge versus Wind at Your Back, is when there is wind on course, the wind at your back is so much better because you can use it to put a headwind right into a tailwind instead of just like cutting the air off. So I still think if there's wind on course, the wind at your back is more powerful than the Razor's Edge, definitely.
Because it counteracts the wind speed versus having
Yes,
you slice
exactly.
through it. Yeah, that's okay. Yep. So a headwind, a +10 and a -10 or whatever, the organizers. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I was trying to think because you do feel it soften in your legs, but yeah, the net effect of your speed, which is really what we're talking about, is trying to get some speed differentials when we're closing gaps or making a breakaway. So I'll have to make sure I pay attention to what the wind speeds and how that works. So Homer here looks like Timothy just overtook you.
Got him.
How are you? Not fair, right? Is it not fair? Do you feel like, no, you can't catch me? I'm working. Or, I mean, you're like really putting down the watts. I'm not going to make you talk. I can see you doing 500 equalized watts, 300 equalized watts. You are not wanting Timothy to take this away from you because you've worked so hard. And it does look like.
Sorry, I had to do that. Sorry.
Oh.
I had to. It's my competitive nature coming out. I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I feel so bad about that one.
Coal in your stocking, Timothy.
Yeah.
Coal in your stocking, I feel. 0.8 kilometers to go. Timothy is on top here by 5 seconds here. Homer has a little bit to make up if he can, but I think after that move, you might have just discouraged him from doing any more, but he's looking strong. He's not concerned here. He's going to finish just 0.5 kilometers to go for Timothy. He does have that corner caper. I don't think he's used it. You can find a spot to maybe open it up and come around at the end. That would be a nice dramatic finish if he was feeling capable of it. This is the second of 4 omniums for 4 races in the omnium, but we do know Homer has already raced 2 hours today. There goes Timothy with his corner caper on the final corner. Looks like a replay of the last race on Dark Matter Tech, where the corner caper comes in and helps him at the finish. Congratulations, Timothy. Homer coming around now and finishes strong, just a few seconds back from Timothy. And again, Kayla looks like on the heels, not enough to close it down. She does make a gun for it, but Luis Homer does hold him off and then comes across the line. Nice racing, guys. On a scale from I don't know, 10 being the most technical to 1 being the easiest. I know we have high, medium skills. Like how is this, Luis? How is these abilities playing out for you in these races? How do you feel? Is it the hardest you ever raced? A medium race? Like how does it feel?
So at first it feels off because you're not used to them, especially this course. Because I mean we're used to going hard, especially in the beginning with that little riser, and then just trying to keep up with everyone on the flat and all those turns. You're just going, putting the power down. So it definitely throws you off when you barely touch the pedals and you start going really fast. So I would say, but okay, so at first I would say on a difficulty scale, maybe it's like an 8 or 9. But then when you get in a rhythm, then it's a cake, really. It's like -1 maybe.
So it takes a little bit of time, but once you sort of figure out the dynamic, you just have to stay in the zone. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Like once you
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so on to the next race, Luis. Saturn here. One of our earliest courses. We just went from one of our newest courses to one of our first courses. And tell me your experience on Saturn and with what we've got going out on course. What's your strategy?
Strategy, not crash, which I accomplished on the previous one, so that's what I'm gonna stick to here. So, and actually, Saturn, this was actually the very first course that I ever did on Cade. Back when there was a pre-season or pre-World Cup races, I think. I remember logging in like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and catching a race. So it's kind of cool, you know. I know it's one of the very first courses that were ever shown to the public. So kind of cool to race again. I haven't done this one in a long time.
Well, it was amazing because I felt pretty rusty on it. I raced it, quote, that race is in quotes. I didn't really race it, but I rode it and I like crashed in all the places where I knew the corner speeds. I was out for like a little ride, and because I wasn't racing, my brain wasn't engaged in the same way. We've got about 1 minute and 20 to go here. It is 5 laps. We've got Razor's Edge as ability again, weight lifted as an ability, 1 corner caper, and then 1 inertia. So Razor's Edge ability and weight lifted has sort of been the theme of the day as abilities. Corner caper that allows you to fly through the corner without crashing, and inertia, when you fire the inertia, it keeps the speed constant without you needing to pedal for 10 seconds. So with 52 seconds to go here, we have Timothy, who is on top, Homer on second, Luis in third, Kayla in fourth, Anish in fifth. So what we're seeing here is the physical versus non-physical. We've got 1 non-physical, and then we've got Homer hot on the heels of Timothy Termont. So, Timothy, are you feeling the heat there? Tell me, are you feeling the heat?
Oh, definitely. And there's no way I can win this one because, yeah, me racing this one in zone K and L, like the physical has such an advantage on this course. And I see Marty has just joined as well. So, yeah, there's no way I'm going to win this one. But I'll give it a shot. We'll see.
Yeah, I think, you know what? You have to use the power of positive thinking. 3, 2, 1. You can see here
Definitely.
Homer, who's currently sitting in second place, coming up out of the saddle there and sitting back down and settling in the first 10 seconds of the racing here. We do have quantum shift. Now they're back. They're invisible for a little bit. They can phase through each other while they get their positions in. And then you can see settling in Timothy, Daniel, Kayla, Homer, and Anish here. So as they go, they do have that wind at their back ability. They do have Razor's Edge, so we've seen how that affects speed. Timothy, is it the same thing? Are you doing the same type of thing, blasting out at 367 and then just kind of tapping the brake, or are you holding it down? Is that just your standard MO?
I'm really putting in much effort here. It's gonna be
Have a
all
drink
about
of
the corner.
water.
I feel like such a cheat right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. But at least I'm pushing the other riders, so there's that.
You are. You're giving someone. You're giving someone something to chase here. So yes, and then
slow
you
down,
also
everybody. Slow down.
Okay. My bot's just going,
Homer,
and it's just like slamming into. Oh no, Homer, Anish, little bit of pile up there.
Is that Victor?
Is he playing?
Is Victor racing?
I can't see. Let's see. Yes, he did. That's him. Yes.
Okay, so it's
I was
a
looking
battle
for
now.
Victor. He said it's on. Daniel also has decided that he's going to come to the party and does not want to miss out on the action. Homer up out of the saddle, pushing 732 watts, digging in. Homer, you are unstoppable. You are absolutely unstoppable. This is, oh man, I'm sorry. Why did I say any words? I'm gonna still cheer you on. I don't mean to curse you. I'm gonna cheer you on because I feel like it helps. Daniel out in the front, 700 equalized watts. He does bring it down. We'll let we can see that Homer's up out of the saddle, working hard, trying to chase down Daniel, trying to stay ahead of our CVRcade World Cup camera that's out on course. We know that that's Victor probably riding along here in the thing. And as Jesper told me, I know that he stepped in and raced while he was commenting, just having a little bit of fun. And it is really difficult to try to watch the racers and move away from your avatar. Oh, so chat wanted to know if I'm building a fantasy track. I am working on a track. I've made about and that power up there is inertia. I'll get back to the inertia. Allows, you can see he stops pedaling just for 10 seconds, holds the speed, and when it wears off, he has to pick the pedals back up and continue to pedal on. The track builder competition ends on Wednesday. A lot of people going in and trying it have never tried it before. And I am one of those people who put a couple things on my home track. And now I want to do something holiday themed. I took a picture of a Christmas tree and I was going to throw that in there as decoration. Maybe a candy cane because I'm into the sugar thing. So a candy cane shaped thing. So I am automatically DQ'd from winning any prizes. I'm actually with the team helping to contribute to the prizes. The podcast is going to be one vote. So I'm doing it for fun. I'm also doing it for the experience to sort of understand how it's done. And from what I can tell with the track builder, I have even more respect for Ben, who's designed both Dust Bowl Crit, who's designed Summit Islands, and in the Metropolis. I can't wait for that to come online. But the amount of care and time that has taken him in planning, like my courses, I've thrown away 3 today. It feels like I'm haphazard. Kayla, have you done the track builder? Have you tried to do anything for the competition?
I haven't had time to start for the competition. I have playing around in there, but I have I've played around with the track builder and created other tracks though, and yeah, no, definitely, yeah, it's a lot of fun just placing. I'm using the fantasy theme, and that one there's so many different objects to choose from. So yeah, just kind of it's just really getting the creative mind flowing, really to just think, to think of something for the event that I'm kind of stuck at right now. So. But yeah, no, need to get in the track builder and start doing it. But I know that Homer was having a question earlier about trying to get, the segments back together and just making it even. So just any tips that I have would just be that I've noticed when I'm in track builder and trying to get the tracks to line up, that making sure that if you put gradients in the track, if you add, so say if you put 3 meters of gradients, that you need to accommodate for that and put, -3 meters somewhere else in order for the track to line up properly. And then just making sure that you have even track segments to just, make your loop or connect at the end too. So just looking at those metrics on each of your track segments and your gradients is very helpful in getting your track to line up or in track builder. So just some tips there. And also the manual is available through the game under the main menu, and you can go to help at the system info, and there will be the manual there. And you can, there's track builder, just some tips in there of just how to use the aerial view, how to change camera angles, just to help you in that precision when lining up tracks and adding objects. So hopefully that can be a little bit of help for everybody who's kind of getting into track builder and messing around and being creative with it.
Oh, great. You know what? I totally always forget that the manual is right inside the game. So maybe we'll make a little post on CVRcade riders about, where they can find helpful tips. And maybe I'll pull a few things out of there that I learned. Does look like Homer is killing it on the front here. 700 equalized watts, 4 kilometers to go. This is his 3rd hour of racing tonight. And Timothy Termont, despite being on a keyboard, has not yet been able to overtake him. Timothy is sitting on top of the... Timothy
I'm
is
pressing it super hard, but it's not going up.
The button must be stuck. You can't even blame it on sweat right now, right? Like usually I'm like, oh, it's the sweat on the keyboard. But Homer is killing it on the front. I feel like, you know what, Timothy, we can see Homer's equalized heart rate is 186.
Yeah,
you
I
should have a heart rate monitor. Yeah, you should have put your heart rate monitor on. That'd be so funny. See what happens. If you have time, think about doing it between races. I'd love to know what your heart rate is on Dark Matter Velo.
I'll try it for Dark Matter Velo. Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, that will be fun. All right, so 2.9 kilometers to go. Homer on the front, 4 seconds up from Timothy. Daniel did have a couple crashes I saw in there. Did set him back. He was on the front. It does look like he's set back behind Timothy. Luis is coming up to Daniel, his teammate. 2 Team Cognition riders. Kayla a little bit further back. Anish, also Vanessa in there racing. My avatar is flying around and crashing. I'm half driving and half talking. So I did promise Christmas trivia, and I'm gonna make good on that because we are almost done this race here. So and I have like a whole bunch of great questions, but so wait, but I have all great questions, but none of them are handy here. Oh, so here's an easy one. I'm going to ask Luis because he's on camera. Luis, what in the movie Elf, what did Buddy say is the best way to spread holiday cheer? I'm going to give you a little bit of song. Dude. Okay. All right. And strike for Luis. That's close. That close. The best way to spread holiday cheer is to...
Oh, yeah. Sing for everyone to hear, something like that?
Yeah, sing loud for all to hear. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the points. But I'm not going to give you the full 50 points. You didn't even know what it's for. I'm only going to give you 25 points. All right. So, all right. That's fair, right? We're just going to compromise together here. All right. So, Timothy here. What runs over grandma on Christmas Eve?
What?
It's a song.
I have no idea. Is that something American or?
Probably American, not good. See, let me give you a different one. I'll give you another music theme. I'm going to come back. Someone else knows that one. What sound did Frosty make as he ran through town?
Again, no idea.
Okay, still too American.
What movie is that?
Frosty the Snowman. Do you know the Frosty the Snowman song?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. See, this is tough. Okay, so wait a minute here. Hold on. Okay. Can you name 4? Oh, Power Up by Timothy. I'm giving you the trivia while you're Timothy, do you know the name of Santa's reindeers? Can you name Santa's reindeers?
I got one, Rudolph, but that's about
Rudolph. I'm going to give you 25 points for Rudolph because I'm giving you the American questions here. So, but you'll have to in Dark Matter.
But for me,
Velo.
like, I'm not sure about the rest of Europe or the UK, but we didn't really watch those movies like Elf and stuff like that. Like the Christmas movies we watched was like standard Home Alone, Dennis the Menace, those type of movies. But like Elf and we didn't really watch those.
Well, congratulations there on your win. Homer's coming around in second place. Nice job to you, Homer. Way to put up a fight. It does look like it keeps Timothy on top of the leaderboard, but Dark Matter Velo is next. Congratulations there on finish. And then Luis will come in third position, taking up some points here. Right now, we're looking at the leaderboard. Timothy, Homer, Luis, Kayla in fourth, might upset Louise if she overtakes him, but we've got 2 physical riders against 2 keyboard players. Okay, and Louise is also winning in trivia, or is tied. Louise is tied. I gave you both 25 points, just randomly assigning that. Okay, so I am going to go as Louise finishes. Daniel comes around the side. Oh, team cognition. He decides to take those points. Oh boy. Kayla, you can help me out here. Back to the Frosty the Snowman. What does he sing as he goes through town? You know
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
like, but the Frosty the Snowman was
That's the one.
very
Yep.
happy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, and then
Well-
also well, it's just funny because the reindeer, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. That's
yes.
I knew that one
50
too.
points. Yep. 50 points. Yep.
Yeah. So, but you never realize, but just with the UK and then just America, that you just automatically think that everybody knows, yeah, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. So it's so interesting. I love it. But yes, I got the points. I love trivia.
You got the points. Okay, so this is going to be fair. I'm going to go back to Timothy and give him a second try. Then I'm going to go to Luis. Luis, this one Timothy, you might know this one. We got 4 minutes to go before the next race. What is another name for Santa Claus?
Oh my God! Like his name?
Yes.
Oh man.
We're watching your replay. Coming across the line here.
It's not coming. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, Saint Nick is
Pass.
one. Saint Nick is one.
Never
That's
heard
okay.
that one. Okay.
No. Oh, Saint Nick. Yeah, I think it's all like song references. It's kind of.
Sorry, I'm being
kind
a
of
bad contestant here.
No, that's okay. Nope. I'm giving you those courtesy points for not growing up with pop culture in the US here. All right, Luis, to you, my friend. 3 minutes and 42 seconds away here. So why didn't the other reindeer like Rudolph? Why were they bullying Rudolph?
Let's see if I can remember the song. Fun of his nose. Yes.
50 points. Yes.
Okay.
Someone has to be keeping score. Yes. 50 points. Congratulations. You did. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. And let's see. Kayla, you had a question. Who did not? Homer. Let's go to Homer for a question here. Homer, trivia question. What color Christmas do people dream of in the famous Christmas song? What color do people dream of? That's right.
White
Do you want to
Christmas.
sing it for us?
No.
Okay. Oh, you could get an extra 100 points if you sing it, and you could be the winner. That would really put you up on the leaderboard. It doesn't count for your rating. No. Okay. We'll get someone. We'll get someone to sing here. All right. 2 minutes and 22 seconds here to Dark Matter Velo. Have you? Let's see if you can get the 100 bonus points on Dark Matter Valor. Have you actually figured out how you're going to race this course with the different dynamics tonight? To you,
21
Homer.
miles per hour.
21 miles per hour. Locking it in.
Yep.
All right.
Cruise control.
Cruise control. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. All right. Just stay the steady pace now. But what about with wind at your back and razor's edge and weight lifted as abilities? How do you think those are going to play tonight in this race?
As long as I can keep it at 21 miles per hour, I'll be okay.
All right. That's the name of the game. All right. Homer is dreaming of a white Christmas. And, Kayla, I had said, you did have the Frosty the Snowman and you sang it for me, which was you're being a good sport. But remember he said, thumpity thump, thump, thumpity thump, thump. That was the song he sang as he went through town. Yes.
You are right. I dropped the ball on that one. Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. What is his nose made of? To redeem yourself, tell me what Frosty's
it's a carrot,
nose.
right? Is it a carrot, right? Or is that Olaf only? Is that misleading?
I think that's misleading. That's Olaf. That's okay.
Gosh, what has this done with me? Oh no. Wait, is it just a stick then?
It's a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. That's how the song goes. Yes, with a corn cob pipe and a
Oh
button
wow.
nose. Yep. And he
Well,
did have a
0
magic
points
hat.
for me.
All right, I think we have Luis. Let's see. Luis, I got another question for you here. What should children not do when Santa Claus is coming to town? I'm going to give you its multiple choice. They should not lie or cheat. They should not sing or dance. They should not cry or pout. Run and jump. 5 seconds to go before you go out of the gate. Let you go out of the.
Cry and pout.
Yes, you got it. 50 points there.
Okay.
50 points. All right. And you're looking strong right now. Whoa, did everyone just crash? No. Okay. We just saw a lot of Daniel did crash on the front, but Luis is holding position in second spot. Yes, you better not cry. You better not pout. Anish. Oh, but you did. Ah! That's all right. That's all right. Get it back. All right. Back on board here with Homer, who does measure. Oh, he does go down 21 miles per hour. I know that a lot of people, because we are racing all over the world, some people are measuring their rides in the imperial miles per hour, and some are racing kph. So makes it hard. I kept flipping back and forth, and I didn't know which ones to remember. But yes, kph 21. I'm sorry, is 34, 35, 36 ish across the lanes in kph, and I don't know what they are for mph. So, all right. So let's see. No, I don't even know the answer to that one. I can't even ask. I've got a whole list here. How many ghosts? This is from A Christmas Carol. Who does this one go to? Homer. How many ghosts come to visit Ebenezer Scrooge in the classic A Christmas Carol?
Three?
Yes, 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 yes. You are on top. You know what, Homer? If you don't win the Omnium, you will win Christmas trivia, and that means that I will mail you Christmas peeps. Okay, that's what you guys didn't know. The ante just got raised. Okay, knowing you're playing for Christmas peeps. Okay,
That's
so
interesting. I was looking for those the other day.
no luck. Any luck?
No,
Did
I
you have
didn't see
any?
anything.
No. Yeah, you know, they have them everywhere. I don't know, maybe I just always am on the lookout or know where to look out for them. So all right, so let's see here. In what? Let's see, what? No, this is too hard. That one, I have medium questions, hard questions. We've got 1.7 kilometers to go. Okay. What gift? Oh, no, nah, that's a boring one. Scrooge. Where is it? Okay, this one, everyone should know this one. Timothy, this one you should know. You ready?
Yes.
I felt so
Maybe.
bad because I'm giving you, okay. How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Feliz Navidad, something like
There
that.
you go. See, I have to be perfect. Yay,
I heard the song
right?
recently. That's why.
I was sure not to ask someone from the States because most of us only speak one language, but we do usually know Feliz Navidad. Yes. Okay. And I'm giving you 100 points for that because, okay. Yes. Which fairy tale were the first gingerbread houses inspired by? Do you know this one, Timothy?
Me?
Yeah.
No clue. No. I never even ate gingerbread.
You've never had gingerbread. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Really good.
All
I'm
right.
really throwing off my game now. Thanks a lot, Beth.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Modi, Modi's out in front. I can't even ask him any questions. All right. Let's go back to.
You just slapped me. Damn.
Dang it. Let's go to Kayla. Looks like Kayla just crashed. Kayla, which milk-based beverage is available around Christmas holidays and comes in both alcoholic and non-alcoholic versions?
Woo! Eggnog! Woo!
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Oh, there were 4 ghosts. Frank just corrected me. Homer, I'm going to let you keep your points anyway because but I've been corrected. It was 4 ghosts. It was the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. So what's the fourth ghost? I'm going to have to he said it was 4. I'm going to have to look at this further. He did provide a link, but I can't read it and watch the game and talk about stuff at the same time. So we'll have to say that because this is a late game. I had 3. Frank says 4. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, this is a funny one. Timothy, you should know this one. I'm trying to give you, because I felt so bad giving you the wrong one. Timothy, what is it? Wait. Modi's going to come across the line, and then Daniel's going to crash right before the line. We've got one more lap here. Daniel does crash here. What is the name of a female turkey? And Modi does take it.
No idea.
No
Female
idea.
turkey? No idea.
A hen.
These questions. A hen. Oh, it's like a female chicken then. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And again, I'd like to just thank the internet for these questions. I had a few that I was going to make up. Oh, we didn't talk about traditions, like crazy traditions. Let's go around Robin, and then we'll wrap up the racing here. But we do have a few more people finishing out on course. Timothy going to come across the line here, and then I will ask you. And then with inertia, with inertia coming across the line. That's a wise one to use there, Timothy, to hold your speed so you don't accelerate, in a different way of using that. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, on Dartmouth Velo, like it. If you use it like exactly, it's pretty good, but it's still don't think it really helps that much.
No, okay.
But that was a fun one.
I think
keyboard,
this was
it's a lot harder.
It
Definitely.
is. It is. I was going to try again, and then I didn't. All right. This is the conclusion of our Zone T Omnium. We've got I'm going to mispronounce Gaiarte K. Welcome to the racing. Thanks for joining us tonight. New rider out on course. Welcome. So Kayla is just getting her last crash in before the finish line. Feels so good there. Just shake it out. And that's going to conclude Zone T. We're going to do our highlights, I'm sure, here. I'll take you through here. Earlier, we started out on dark matter tech. We talked about all kinds of things. Homer was giving some hard time to Timothy. And it was a race tonight of the keyboard players against the physical players here. It did end up that Timothy came out on top. Homer and Luis, both physical riders, took second and third, and then Nish was fourth, and then Kayla on down here. But you can see that smile there on Timothy's face when he knows that he has clinched the win, that he is unstoppable. As we said, him on keyboard, using that corner caper with wind at his back there at the end to make sure he doesn't slide out. And again, these riders are getting a lot of benefit from practicing on keyboard because they can take those skills and apply them to the bike. None of the riders need to leave because I do want to ask about your Christmas traditions. And then Homer Thompson absolutely killing himself. This is his third Omnium of the day, and right now you're watching the second race of that third Omnium on submerged stadium, and we had wind at our back and razor's edge as abilities tonight, and that really did change the dynamics out on course. But you can see again, Timothy, like a repeat of the first race, uses that corner caper as he comes across the line, taking first place for the second race. And then here is where he's showing his hands because he was actually able to keep his avatar moving without needing to be. He was able to be hands-free because he was on a part of the course where he didn't need to change the lanes. You can see there, Luis having fun, a little bit of a crash there on the corner, but But I did my best, physical riders. I did my best to try to distract the keyboard riders. And even myself being in there, it's actually surprisingly hard to be able to maintain the speeds correctly and practice braking. So as Timothy said to us earlier, he is working on feel. He is practicing just basically when to brake and how to do it. So then Louise here, when we went to the trivia round on Dark Matter Velo, the brains were really functioning. I stumped Timothy with some probably way too American pop culture heavy Christmas questions. It was enough to distract him for some crashes, but it was a great race at the end there. We did see that he did end up taking it anyway. So on top for the Omnium on keyboard was Timothy. Physical riders, Homer and Louis, second and third, and Anish. So that was a lot of fun here. So now you can see the leaderboard, drop it in there. That's how it shook out tonight. So let's start with you, Homer. Any Christmas traditions? Any holiday traditions?
No, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry, Beth. I just can't think of anything right off.
That's okay. Do you have a tree? Do you decorate a tree?
My wife does.
That counts. Every year, you and your wife decorate your tree. That's a lovely tradition.
No, my wife decorates the tree.
Okay, and you celebrate with her and watch her decorate the tree in massive merriment. Well, sounds wonderful. I would love to see a picture of the tree that Elizabeth has decorated, and hopefully we can talk a little bit more about it in the Rise and Rip tomorrow. All right, Luis, do you have any? Congratulations, Homer. Do you have any holiday traditions that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so growing up, we would eat tamales at midnight. It's actually tradition to open your presents at midnight for Christmas. So I guess Christmas Eve, so on the 24th at midnight, we open our presents, we eat tamales, and we also play with firecrackers. I mean, it's like small firecrackers, so it's well. In all honesty, it is kind of dangerous because I got hurt a couple times. I may have not told my mom because I would have been in trouble. But yeah, those are the traditions. Safe-ish, smallish firecrackers.
Well, you know, in the States for the 4th of July, we have these sparkler things that we hold in our hand and we do firecrackers, and there's always, so listen, no judgment-free zone. I don't know if your mom's watching the stream. I'm sure she's probably forgiven you by now. But that sounds like a spicy and fun holiday. Kayla, how about you? Any traditions that?
Yeah, I know like every year, a week before Christmas, my whole family, my extended family gets together, and my grandma, she's a principal of a school. So what we do is we get all 80 of us together, and we go down to the school, and then we just use the gymnasium to just, all the cousins can play, like, just basketball, everything, volleyball. And then we use the cafeteria, and then we just all like make a big meal together, and we spend the weekend there and just celebrate Christmas all together. So always look forward to seeing the extended family every year, since we can't really see each other because we're all over the States. So that's probably a really fun Christmas tradition.
That's so nice to get all that, such a big group together. Well, enjoy that. And of course, Timothy Tremont, this year, I know he'll be playing CVRcade on Christmas Eve, getting a head start on all of the new tracks. But what is your holiday tradition?
So Christmas Eve has basically always been family time at my father's. But recently, New Year's Eve, I don't think I've celebrated New Year's Eve in like 4 years, I think it is now. Because what I do is I work in catering, and the week between Christmas and New Year's, I work at an event like a horse jumping event, and I do like 80 hours or something in 5 and 6 days. So I come home the 31st of December in the morning after an all-nighter at work. I go to bed and I wake up somewhere the 1st in the afternoon and go to the family then. It's been like that for 4 years. After that week, I'm always
Wow.
so exhausted. I wake up like for
Yeah.
half an hour at midnight, New Year's, for the dogs because of the fireworks, and then I just go back to bed.
Wow. Wow. That is you don't really get, everyone's talking about, the rest and the relaxation they're going to be getting. It sounds like you're going to just be like pedal to the metal.
Oh, definitely. The week between Christmas and New Year's it's been like that for 4 years. It's mental, but it's a lot of fun. Good colleagues and everything makes it a lot better. But the hours, they creep up on you, definitely.
Yes. Well, I do hope you get some rest and have some merriment in between. But thank you for streaming in tonight. Thank you all to all the riders who streamed in tonight. It was really fun to have the physical and the non-physical riders go head to head. And as you can see that, even the riders that were physical, you can't assume that someone's going to win just because they're on a keyboard. It's a different dynamic. It does take practice both ways. And I'll share a tradition. One of the traditions that my family started with me was obviously put out cookies and treats for Santa. You're not allowed, at least in my house, we weren't allowed to put out Cheerios. We wanted to give the reindeer also something. We weren't allowed to give the reindeers Cheerios because they would whistle through them, and that really makes Santa aggravated. So of course, I would always come downstairs and I would put out Cheerios because the reindeers would obviously be hungry, and I would always try to listen to see if they would whistle. So if you have some kids, put out some Cheerios. I also know that sometimes glitter ends up in the snow after the reindeer come and Santa visits. So there's some magic that happens outside if you have snow. So that's going to do it for us for CVRcade. This was a very casual stream, getting in the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit, whatever you celebrate this time of year. We wish you a merry, happy, and I know we've got some more great racing on Saturday. I think we're going to amp it up a little bit. We had a couple Tuesday, Thursday here, a little bit chillaxed, but Saturday, I think we're going to ramp things up with some more racing. So from all of us at CVRcade, we will see you on Saturday.
But no, Beth, your goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marbles. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.